Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
We all know how wrong the pollsters got last year's general election. Completely wrong, in fact. But what if, in getting it so wrong, they actually affected the outcome? New reporters blame pollsters for failing to contact a representative sample of voters, giving too much weight to Labour. So might people have voted differently if they'd known the Conservatives were actually in the lead? And might Labour have thought differently about whether to stick by their leader? Here's our political editor, Gary Gibbon.
But here it is, 10 o'clock. Quite remarkable, this exit poll. The Conservatives on 316.
The moment we knew who'd won and who'd lost was for many opinion pollsters a career low.
Professionally, it was clearly a devastating moment.
I'm puzzled. I suspect everybody in this studio and everybody at Westminster is puzzled.
Professionally, it was a very grim moment.
You see the result and you tweet, "Oh, excrement," or words
it was
to that
something like that
effect.
Yeah.
It was an all-time awful moment.
Yes. To have got something so manifestly wrong for the two most important shares is about as bad as it gets.
For most of the last Parliament, an average of the polls put Labour ahead. Narrowing nearer the election, the two main parties pretty much neck and neck all the way to election day. In fact, in the general election, the Tories had a 7-point lead, which gave them nearly 100 more seats than Labour. The neck-and-neck polls meant the Tory warning of some kind of Labour SNP government cut through, hurting Labour and helping to plummet the Lib Dems to only 8 MPs.
If this exit poll is right, Andrew, I will publicly eat my hat on your programme. I expected somewhere about 25 to 30. I think if you say, what explains the gap between 25 and 8, my view is the opinion polls, the failure of the opinion polls to tell the truth and to accurately judge this accounts for a very great deal of that.
Those numbers that you're saying there...
they've made a massive difference in this
We could have been in a coalition. A second coalition?
I think, indeed, that is precisely what we could have been.
Your predicted probability is 70%.
An independent study unveiled today claims the pollsters had too many left-leaning younger voters in their samples, too few older Tory-inclined voters. They also say they can't rule out herding, outlier polls being adjusted to stay closer to the average.
I think it would be a cardinal sin for any market researcher to manipulate their data without any methodological justification for it, other than that they wanted to say something else.
Just to stay close to the pack.
I don't believe any pollster would do that.
They think it might be happening.
I don't think they're really saying that. I think they're just saying that there was less variability in the poll outcomes that they saw, which could be explained by some methodological solutions that were in place.
One advisor to Ed Miliband thinks polls flattering Labour's popularity may have helped to keep Ed Miliband in his job.
If the polls are wrong, maybe they were wrong for a much longer period than just the campaign. And who can imagine what that would have meant? I think the politics from however long it was that the polls have got it wrong. If there was a systematic problem with polling...
Ed Miliband might have gone...
Well, I think, the politics within our party, let's put it this way, would have been very different.
He wouldn't have got to the general election.
Who knows? Who knows what would have happened?
Pollsters came in for quite a lot of bile from the losing parties in the 2015 general election on the grounds that you'd contributed to their defeat by maintaining the narrative it's neck and neck.
I'm half guilty, Your Honour, that we produced the best figures we could. I think if we're in the dock, the media and politicians should be in the dock with us.
All eyes are now on how the polls perform in his in-out referendum on Europe. The chair of the independent inquiry said he couldn't be sure the polls would call it right.
Gary Gibbon.